Hi, Vintage Stereo Buff here. Today I have Fosgate PR-250 power amp. I'm going to check out. It's a Fosgate before Rockford bought Fosgate. This was made in '79. That's when I bought it. And this is a little preamp unit that goes with it. And here are the power ratings here. As you can see, 100 output power into 4 ohms is 100 watts. 50 watts per channel into 4 ohms, or it's 25 watts per channel into 8 ohms. It's not bridgeable, and it says here those power ratings are taken at 14.5 volts DC, and that's at 20 amps current. I presently have a 20 amp or a 15 amp fuse in the line. I don't have a 20 here to use, and so I'll hook this up, and I'm going to run a 40 hertz sine wave test. I already did a couple of videos on this amplifier. So I'm not going to go into much detail about it. I just want to make a quick power test. And I really doubt if it'll do the 50. This amp, I had to have it repaired in '87. And then about 4 years later, I cooked the output channels again, and I went ahead and I worked on it myself. And I got it running, and I've used it quite a bit since then. But I don't think it's going to put out any 50 watts into 4 ohms. Turn my power supply on. My distortion meter is right here. When it hits 1% distortion, we'll see what the wattage is. And I have both the distortion meter and the amp dyno. I have both of these are hooked up to the left channel on top. Now my oscilloscope, I have both channels hooked up on the oscope, so you can watch the waveform on both. I'm going to play a 40 hertz continuous tone and run it up until either I pop a fuse or the dyno stops, one or the other. Okay, there's my signal. Reset it. Okay, 34 watts, 35 watts. I got 1% distortion. Let's clip it. 35 watts clipping. Okay. I'll reset it again. Okay, yeah. 34 watts to 1% distortion. So, but it's only got 13.7 volts input instead of 14.5, so that's not too bad, considering it's about 40 years old, and considering I worked on it. Anyway, I'm pretty happy with the results. Vintage Stereo Buff out.